Phillip E. Nowicki, written by his son, Jeff Nowicki. My dad served in the U.S. Army, Tech 5, Company B, 3113th Signal Service Battalion, from July 1943 to January 1946. His primary occupation was teletype operator, and his secondary occupation was with the military police. The 3113th Signal Service Battalion was formed and activated in February 1944 on the Channel coast of England. Its first assignment was furnishing signal communications for the Army's marshalling for the invasion of Normandy on D-Day. Having completed that job, their next assignment was closing out the many signal installations in the United Kingdom. After that, they continued by closing down American installations in Paris and elsewhere in France. My dad was stationed in England for 19 months and about 4 months in Paris before returning home in January 1946. While stationed in England, he stayed with an English family in their home in Devon, England. They became good friends and stayed in contact with each other for many years after the war. My dad's brother Leo was a B-17 pilot, and his sister Rose was an Army nurse. Both of them were stationed in England at the same time my dad was there. They would get together as often as they could. On one occasion, when visiting his brother, Leo said he would take my dad for a plane ride. But the next day Leo had a bombing mission, his 29th, so Leo's friends would take care of him. They took my dad up in a B-17 on a practice bombing mission. They were bombing at 15,000 feet. The target was very clear. When they went above 15,000 feet, they had to go on oxygen. He had no trouble clearing his ears and felt good. But when the pilot started to fool around with a fighter plane and turned the big bomber around and round and up and down, he thought at any minute he was going to lose his cookies, but he did not. He did say it was interesting and a lot of fun. That night, after Leo got back, they went to dinner and a movie and had a good laugh about the plane ride. I got most of this information from letters my dad wrote to my mother. She saved most of them. My dad never talked about his experiences during the war, and for some reason I never asked him. I wish I had.